Welcome to Caricomp Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
A finance worker in Hong Kong joins a video call with colleagues. The CFO is there, other team members are there, faces visible, voices familiar. By the end of that call, the worker has wired $25 million to criminals. Every single person on that video call was a deepfake. That case, involving the engineering firm Arup, shattered a belief most of us still carry. The belief that if you can see someone and hear someone, you know who you're talking to. If that makes you uneasy, it should. Because the deepfake threat most of us picture, a manipulated viral video, a politician saying something they never said, that's not where the real damage is happening. The fraud that's draining bank accounts and fooling trained professionals doesn't need a face at all. It just needs a voice. So why is voice cloning outpacing video as the weapon of choice? And what does that mean for how we verify identity? Back in 2019, cloning someone's voice required expensive equipment and serious technical skill. Today, free online tools can do it with 3 seconds of recorded audio. 3 seconds. That's less than a voicemail greeting. And according to recent survey data, more than half of people share some form of voice recording online at least once a week. A voice note on social media, a video with narration, a clip from a meeting. Every one of those is raw material a cloner can harvest without you ever knowing. That accessibility gap is the reason voice phishing attacks, sometimes called vishing, surged 442% in 2025. According to SQ Magazine's analysis of incident response data, vishing now accounts for more than 60% of all phishing-related engagements in the first quarter of this year. Businesses hit by deepfake-related incidents lost an average of nearly $500,000 each. Some large enterprises lost closer to $680,000 per incident. Video deepfakes dominate the headlines. Voice cloning dominates the actual losses. So why does it work so well? Because of something researchers call the confidence problem. Studies show that people mistake AI-generated voices for real ones roughly 80% of the time in short clips. 4 out of 5 times we can't tell. And that false confidence is the whole attack. A cloned voice on a phone call triggers urgency and trust in a way an email never could. You hear your boss, you hear your mother, your brain says that's them before your rational mind even engages. Attackers understand this psychological gap. We've been trained to doubt what we see, but we still trust what we hear. The article's analogy puts it perfectly. Imagine a bank teller who used to verify checks by comparing signatures. Now the bank says identity can be confirmed by listening to the customer's voice over the phone. The teller feels confident, the voice sounds right, the story checks out. But the person on the other end cloned that voice from a 3-second YouTube clip. A matching voice isn't proof of identity anymore. It's just one layer of a multi-layer deception. And automated systems aren't catching the gap either. According to deepfake voice detection benchmarks, the best equal error rates. That's the point where false acceptances and false rejections balance out, still sit above 13%. In plain terms, roughly 1 in 8 cloned voices slips past automated detection. That's not a rounding error, that's a hole you could drive a fraud operation through. Among everyday people who reported receiving a message from a cloned voice, 77% lost money. More than a third lost between $500 and $3,000. 7% lost between $5,000 and $15,000. These aren't careless people. They're people whose ears told them the voice was real. Meanwhile, cross-channel AI fraud attacks that combine cloned voice, deepfake video, and synthetic text is projected to account for more than 60% of all attacks by 2027. That Arup case wasn't an outlier. It was a preview. When both what you see and what you hear can be fabricated independently, relying on either one alone is the vulnerability, not the safeguard. The fraud doesn't succeed because it's undetectable. It succeeds because most people and most verification systems still treat a familiar voice or a live video as confirmation of identity. A matching voice isn't identity verification. It's the attack vector itself. So the takeaway is this. Voice cloning is now cheaper, faster, and more effective than video deepfakes. Your ears can't tell the difference about 80% of the time, and neither can most detection software. The only reliable defense is an independent verification layer, something the attacker can't clone from a 3-second clip. Whether you're an analyst building a fraud protocol or a parent who just got a panicked call that sounded exactly like your kid, the rule is the same. Trust, but verify through a channel the voice didn't come from. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, Caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.